Race. Finally, I'm able to join. Once again, apologies for the delay. My Wi-Fi did crash. Alright. Yep, big apologies for that. The Wi-Fi did crash. So, if the other two championship protagonists cannot get in, it will be a title win for Piastri. No matter what the others do, they cannot catch. And so we're just here for the vibes. 8 cars in right now, should be 9. Great Ace should be joining us. Alright. The grid has gone into qualifying and left me in lobby. This game just keeps getting better. I'm really going to be roasting the game today. Alright, we back. Apologies, the commentary is ropes. I am very out of it right now. I'm very tired, but I saw lack of people and I thought I'd better hop in and at least provide a stream for the finale. We got Mendel, Piastri, Stewart, Dev Mage, Zoom, names I'm familiar with. So exiting the pit lane is Keksu. I'll give this stream a go. If any connection issues get too bad, of course, I'll have to skedaddle, but for now it's seeming alright. Keksu, the Haas. No idea where this driver's pace is. This is what I love about commentating in lower divisions, is I can offer a bit of advice as well. I am going to join a Discord chat in HRA. I'm going to join broadcast. Alright. In case we have any Ted Kravitz joining us. Yeah, so sorry for the yawning, and that tiredness is going to be a pain as Piastri is retiring in the pit lane. Going to try for a last pass here. The champion. It's no longer traditional. XFR Piastri will be moving to Division 2. He is champion in Division 3 before the race even begins. So it's just seeing how much of a points gap he can get. He holds a 4-point gap at the top of the championship. And the other two fumbling at the last hurdle. That's Keksu through the first sector. The Haas looking quite unstable there, misses the apex a little bit. Straightens out the corner, blasting down the straight. Not so straight. Still straight enough for DRS to be enabled on the Haas. Clipping 208 mile an hour as he goes into the braking zone. Car swirling all over the place. Gets a front end in. Struggling. Stability on this car. Ketsu makes both apexes very cleanly. This one a crucial one. Hooks it up nicely. Straightens out the car. Gets on the power. Nice and early. Once again, DRS enabled as you hit 8th gear there. Jesus. Very satisfying there, enabling DRS and shifting to 8th at the same time. Slightly wide of the apex, but 8th is sort of natural line that the car wants to take through there. As it heads towards the start-finish line. What'll it be from Kektu? A 130.3. Mendel. Not Mendel. A5 is just starting to fly, my apologies. Mendel will be next across the line to finish a flying lap. Flags for Deathmage. He's backed out of his lap. His teammate hasn't. Towards the line. What'll it be from Mendel? Goes fastest at 129.3. Goes pole by a second. Deathmage has fully backed out. He's going to go for another one here. Next on the flyer then will be A5. A51. Very clean so far. From the Rebel driver. Put in Division 2 last season and struggled to get up to speed with this game. But once he gets there, so he'll be a 4.5. But now lighting it up in Division 3. I think quite catch the sector split. 102, 3. Powering to the line, goes fast to 127.9. Deathmage's first lap well off. That was because of he giving it up, really committed over that first curve, had to even straighten out the steering wheel here. Will he go into low fuel mode as well? It's going to be tight. Headed down the final 3 straight. Very tilted circuit this, I always say. Straight, 50 section, straight, 50 section, straight, 50 section. End of lap. Always. It's how he builds tracks these days. Lazy design. Deathmage. Only able to get P4. Plenty of time in that, he will think. Stewart, Dog finishing off a lap. What can the Alfa Romeo do? The line. Goes P5. Skippy on a flying lap, he'll be next. Across the line. Now yet again, down the final. Absolutely gone for a double warm up here, Skippy. go to start a flying lap. Skippy on his out lap, warm-up lap with a 1:31.3. It's very good doing a double warm-up on the first run because it does mean you get that delta to adhere to. Gets a little bit of a snap. Keeps it nicely collected here. Division 2 very much a playground for those learning. That's a mistake. Holds it in the slipstream. Whoa! His teammate, great ace on the outlap, trying to stay out of the way. I think Skippy was looking to go inside there, and this is exactly what I was saying seconds ago about learning things like this, general racecraft and positioning of the car. Right, you have to spend the time in the lower divisions early. I could tell you as someone who burst on the scene with a lot of pace but no knowledge, it is very, very nasty to work with. We're starting with far less pace, far less knowledge, and building it up. It's one hell of a way to learn, and it is the best way to learn. But despite that, there's still quite a competitive division. 3 cars in the title fight this season, separated by 5 points at the top of the standings. Sadly, 2 of which are unable to make it. And they will be distraught to know they were fully in the title fight. But it's an explosion at Aston Martin. Teammates collide on the outlap. Both into the pits. Stewart has improved his time. Bam, 9/10 of a second up to P3. Just gonna muck about with the stream settings for a second. Give me just a minute. I'm gonna try 720p. Let me know how the quality of the stream goes your end. High downforce for the win, says A5. And that is why, because I tell you, the meta on this game is higher wings. Plenty of pace from A51, and maybe his pace issues this game have all stemmed from setup. Imagine that. Div 3 Championship next season coming, eh? Yeah. And the mechanical grip that high downforce setups tend to have at low speed as well will really help you towards the end of that second sector. And how it might be pretty even over the rest of the race, but you're going to have a general grip advantage. And yeah, you'll sacrifice straight line speed, but by the end of the first sector, you'll be 6 tenths ahead, so not really much I can do about that. Then it'll be another 6 tenths at the next twisty, another 6 tenths after that, and it'll just keep pulling. Seems like A51, sorry, has landed on the golden setup. Of course, with the Park Ferme, no one else able to replicate. Jeff Mage into the pits. Not happy with something on the car. Into the pit lane. But great ace. The only other car out on track after a collision with his teammate. Picks up the damage as best he can, and he goes out in an attempt to get a time on the board. Got damage on the wing, that will be why. Pushing on the outlap to find the limit, just clipped a wall possibly. And that's damage for the Alfa Romeo, currently sitting P5. Quite a competitive time, just over a tenth off of his closest rival. That is Keksu. Skippy with some time to find, but on his last flying lap he came to blows with his teammate. Just an error of communication. Great Ace went to the left. Skippy thought, oh, you give me a slipstream, I'll tuck into that. And as Skippy ducked out of the slipstream, Great Ace ducked out as well. Nothing either car could have done once the move was made. But to be fair, Skippy did the right thing in getting the slipstream. I would have. But Great Ace just ducked out a little too late. And if you're anyone just joining us, it is confirmed McLaren Constructors and Drivers Champions, with Piastri at the helm. They have been unstoppable all season long. It's a Great Ace on a fly. Let's see what it is as he comes through the long left-hander towards the end of the sector. Hooks up that apex very nicely. Didn't give me a split for some reason, but 130.9 seems decent. Let me just quickly check on Race Director what the best sectors are. 29, 32, 25. Oh, big snap. Oh, well saved from Great Ace. Beautiful car control from the Aston Martin. It was a second off in the first sector off of pole. Second sector, what will it be? Didn't give me a sector split. But for Great Ace, it seemed like a decent lap so far. He's matching the pace of Skippy. Will he go ahead of his Alfa Romeo Aston Martin teammate? Doesn't. For Midland last sector. But it's a time on the board nevertheless. He backed out of it quite late though. Only 87% ERS, so he's going for it again here. Getting a snap hit. His tyres now up to temperature. Great Ace feels like he can push this Aston Martin to its very limits. How's the apex this lap? A little bit off of it, but gets a rocket ship up exit. And now heading down. Back straight he goes. Skippy is retired from the session. He's gone straight on. At the last corner. Oh, it looks like he just hit the barrier on the exit. Horrible luck for Skippy, and it means that Great Ace has a chance to beat him. That's wide for Great Ace. Keeps his foot in. I think he's backed out of the lap. No, he hasn't. He'll keep it going. He's 5 tenths up. Looking to get himself close, but that would have cost him a good 3 or 4 tenths. Or maybe 4 or 5 tenths, I should say, to his teammate Skippy. And with this being the last quali run he can get on the board, he's going to have to really send it through these last few corners to beat his Aston Martin teammate. To the line he goes. What will it be from Great Ace on his last run of the session? Goes P6 ahead of his teammate. Recovered it nicely towards the end of the lap. And without that mistake, he is right on the back of Deathmate. Phase 5 dives into the pits. Not worth using the set of tyres for the Red Bull driver. Mendel starts a flying lap as well. Zoom on an outlap. Yellow factor for him. Is this A5? He's left that a little bit late to exit the pit lane. Deathmage on a flying lap. Find out what the Alfa Romeo can do. We're closing in on the second sector split here through this very tricky section. Turns in late, misses the apex, keeps it somewhat neat and tidy there for Death Mage. 2 tenths up on his PB. This will put him ahead of Ketsu, who stayed into the pit, stayed in the pit, saving a set of softs for the race then. The hard. Same for Stewart. So into the final braking zone comes Death Mage. P5 right now. Very tight at the exit, could have got a little earlier on the throttle, but that's being nitpicky. He won't care, he's gone P4. Keksu unable to improve. Great Ace doesn't either. Mendel and Zoom on flyers. Very strong lap from Death Mage. P4 for the Alfa Romeo. His teammate currently P2. Will he be able to improve on his time? Sector time from Skippy. His first lap, of course. Mendel does not improve. Zoom is only going to have one shot at this. What will it be for the AlphaTauri driver? The last year of the AlphaTauri name. But look at that. The top 4 very, very tight. Just over a tenth separating them and the top 2. Sorry, second and third. Just over a tenth separating them, so we have a race on our hands. Great Ace as well will be in it with that last lot. Didn't mean to go back out is what the checker was for, from A51. Have I been saying it right? Is it A51 or is it like code for something? But Piastri starting from the back of the grid. What can the champion do? Crown champion early. He didn't even get a commentator's celebration last time out because they had no idea of the standings and of who would turn up. A reminder to ready up when told. A Sims. Up the Beadle, says Alessio. Hello. Do you want to join me just for the lols, Alice? Piastri doing a last of Felix, yeah, champion. Because neither of his rivals turned up and he took the championship lead last time out. And so it's an easy dub. Yeah, add the Xbox account with the same name as this Twitch, and I'll add you back. Because we have an Xbox account for this league. We fancy, Ellis, we fancy. We'll ignore the fact that I paid for the game and for the account, but... And for the live, sorry, but... Calma, calma, calma. And Mercedes... Unable to make it back-to-back championships. Yeah, fancy pants. Yeah, Pickle gutted. If you don't mind me asking, what's the reason, Pickle? And also, yeah, Maslan, by honestly the greatest race I've seen, and not to toot my own horn, but the greatest commentary performance I think I've ever done. My voice was raspy as hell at work yesterday because of it. That's what this league does to people. Yep, that's the one, Ellis. Should have a robot profile picture because I still haven't gotten around to adding it. Keksu leaves the session. I don't have it added, so unfortunately... I'll just land in Amsterdam. Do you know what? A reasonable reason to not... to not turn up. Next time, though, keep the schedule clear because you are going to be in one hell of a title fight with Tomboy, that's for sure. Hello, Ellis.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, bonjour. Welcome, welcome. What division have they put you in, Alice?
Good question. I don't know. I still need to do some practice races, apparently.
Yeah.
But I
Got to prove your worth.
could potentially be doing realistic tomorrow.
Ooh. See, I was in realistic, but my CSL Elite has died, so I've given up my seat.
Ah.
And the plan is I'm gonna fix the CSL Elite, sell the CSL DD because Fanatec issues, and I'm just gonna buy a Thrustmaster. Because Fanatec, for anyone wondering, are filled with bugs. Yeah, that's fair, Raven. Tell you, he might be the slowest driver on planet Earth, but you know, he's clean at least.
Wait, how does it go? Is Division 1 the slowest, or is Division 3 the slowest?
Div 1's the top.
Division 1 is fastest.
We are with the Mr. Slowlies, yeah.
Ah.
Honestly, Ellis, not saying this just because it was me doing the commentary, but go on the account and watch the Div 1 commentary for last one. Maslin overturned with his title rival, who was on better form, pole by 5 tenths over Maz, who was starting P4, and Maz was 20 points behind going into the race and ended up winning it. By some miraculous reason. Okay, George unfortunately got caught up fighting with Raven. And Raven fucking binned him. Because no, definitely not because Raven got paid under the table. Yeah, only because you accidentally on purposely took him out. Which I'd like to clarify for anyone watching the VOD who's confused. It was not an intentional crash. It was just the natural path Raven was taking was veering left throughout the entirety of the straight. He straightened up for a split second, and George thought, okay, we're driving straight now, and then it continued to go left. George tried to tuck into the side draft, and it was just an L. Oh, Andy blocked you in quali, did he? Naughty, naughty. Yeah. We're just waiting for the ready up. It's annoying on this game. We don't have a countdown. I'd like to have 30 seconds to actually prepare and not just be in it. Hello. Hello, Hammer. Oh god, all the admins are here. No naughty words. Alright, only 9 cars here today. Ellis. So
Hello.
it's going to be interesting. It's only 9 cars, so it's going to be interesting, but we'll just vibe and chat F1. That's what I normally do in HRA when it gets boring.
Dan,
I've
I've had to solo com a 2-car race before.
Ooh. Here we go, 5 red lights. Round 12, final round of Division 3 at Miami, and we are go here. Decent start from A51, but Mendel's up his inside, but he's backed out of that. His contact at turn 1. Stewart's been spun. Oh dear. Death Mage going late on the brakes. Has gone a little too late on the brakes, and his F1 car looks, well, a bit more streamlined now. And there is a full virtual safety car deployed. There's Kexu's out as well.
Kexu was DNF right off the start.
Wasn't a retirement on track because the hallmarks of a fake spin and retiring on track is the car moves after you retire. That's basically it.
So from what I saw of that instant, I was on board with the Sims. looking back, and from what I saw, it was just Deathmage got a bit hot on the brakes and went into the back of Stewart. Spun them both.
Oh gosh, I believe it was Stewart. Deathmage went deep on the brakes and just clipped Stewart, who had a little bit of a snap. Mr. Zoom, look at that, moving up 3 places. Same for Skippy. Decent start as well from Piastri, but he's moved up because of Deathmage and Kexu's incidents. The Zoom though, all on, well actually no, was it all on merit?
Back to green
one that was a spin.
No moves look like they're going to be made at the moment then. Mendel about 8/10 back from Sims at the moment. A bit of time. Interestingly though, already, just looking, Mendel has started this race with less fuel than he needs.
Yeah, of course. Sims saying he went for a high downforce setup and gave him a 1.5 pence pole margin. It's quite frankly ludicrous, and Mendel's going to struggle to hang on to him. At the same time, we're talking Stewart's back on his teammate Mr. Zoom, and Piastri, the champion, crown champion, by the fact that Tomboy nor Mr. Pickle were able to turn up tonight. Tomboy, not sure where he is, but Pickle's dancing in Amsterdam, so well, I'm not sure about dancing, but he's in Amsterdam at the moment, so
yeah, he's doing something.
Piastri's champion.
Here comes Piastri on great race, chooses the inside medium tyres versus the hards. The medium tyres are always going to prevail, but great race puts up a good fight around the outside, but Piastri just cuts him off. Beautiful stuff there from the McLaren driver and your champion-elect. In wild,
we will see him. We will see him in Div 2 as well. It is confirmed already. He's got a 5-point lead to the next car. So 2 cars in contention ain't turned up. So he is driving today knowing that he will be a division higher next time round.
Here comes Skippy then on Mr. Zoom. Skippy to the inside, heading into the final braking zone of the track. Still side by side, and Zoom loses that position then. Drop back, but Skippy is now going to have his sight set on the other AlphaTauri of Stewart
as well. But Skippy has to look behind because late on the brakes goes Zoom and goes wide. I was about to say has to look behind because he's low on ERS, but he won't look behind anymore because Zoom going about 30 meters too late on the brakes, very nearly steaming into the back of Skippy. A lucky escape there, and now Piastri will look to be the one getting involved in this in the McLaren. Champion.
Taking a much more sweeping line than Zoom did. Zoom took a tighter line into the corner. Piastri took a wider line, hoping to get a better exit, but not really happening for him. Zoom has got the DRS on Skippy. He's already used all of his DRS.
Touching the ball, Piastri. Oh, down the inside and straight on goes Zoom. He's gone too late on the brakes again. I'm wondering if he's trying no racing line today, because that was one hell of a dive bomb, and he just missed the braking point. And Piastri, I was going to say, despite having a tyre disadvantage on the likes of Skippy and Zoom, he was closing in big time. And here we go, DRS usage from Piastri. He's going for it down the straight. He knows Skippy's low, and that is an easy pass from the McLaren driver. Piastri in a McLaren just works. He's now up to P4.
That it does, and Piastri through to P4 as you said, which now means the top 4 are all on the medium tyres. Skippy the first of the soft compound runners, then it's Great Race the first of the hard compound runners, Mr. Zoom another soft runner, and then Deathmage after his early incident into the back of Stewart, down in P8 on the hard tyres. Here comes Skippy then fighting straight back at Piastri.
Holding with it, yeah.
He seems to
like
be
the medium. Stronger race tyre.
Seems to be running a bit of a higher downforce setup, if you ask me.
Yeah, maybe that lack of straight line speed compared to Piastri was shocking, but to be fair, Skippy was red light flashing, and Piastri had been using ERS from start to finish on that straight, plus the DRS, with the high downforce nature of Miami setups. Anyway, meant that Piastri's closing speed was just otherworldly, but I was just about to say earlier, I think Piastri in his contract will have that he has to be at McLaren to race, because it would just seem wrong seeing it in any other name, of course. They have till 2026, I believe, in real life.
Yeah, I believe he recently signed a new contract, didn't he? Keeping him until 2026. And unfortunately for Skippy, he has now lost the DRS on Piastri. So now nobody is within DRS of each other, but Piastri is going to have his sights set on Stewart in P3.
Piastri is the inevitable. He is 6 seconds off the lead right now. We'll keep that under check throughout the race, because I'm sure that gap will decrease. Because Piastri, he won last time out with fastest lap. And he's doing a last to first here, and he's making a good job of it. By lap 5, he's already P4.
He is. He's basically made up a position a lap. And just realised I was calling Great Ace Great Race.
I didn't actually clock that, huh?
It is Great Ace.
I was saying that for 3 seasons I've been calling Sims A51 and A5, so...
A5.
And I've literally only today realised that I've been doing it all wrong. Well, we were saying about the gap with Piastri. It has extended by 3/10 now to Sims.
Yeah, Sims is on it at the moment. He is showing good pace. That higher downforce setup is treating him well. Mendel holding his own in P2. But obviously, as we know, he's going to have to do a lot of fuel saving, probably banking on a few safety cars with this call was Mendel. And then she's got Stewart behind, and then there is Piastri. It is inevitable. He is within DRS range of the AlphaTauri.
There we go. Has the DRS down the main straight.
Zooming with this.
It is a matter of time on Stew Dog.
I just realised what you said.
Nah, Stew Dog, that's his nickname, man. Oh, there's been a mistake for Mendel in there somewhere as well.
Absolutely, there has. He's dropped.
It will now be a 3-car fight for P2.
Almost a second there to Sims, which now leaves it, as you said, a 3-car battle between Mendel, Stewart and Piastri for P2. And this could be Stewart's saving grace ever so slightly.
The DRS from Mendel will really help him down these straights. And look at it, it's just allowing him to stay ahead of Piastri, who is red light flashing and pretty much capping out at the 3% ERS by the end of the straight. So it's now an uphill climb for Piastri to get ahead.
Absolutely. So this small mistake from Mendel has made this race very interesting. And you can see Stewart and Mendel taking slightly different lines there. Stewart a lot heavier on a lot later on the brakes, so we see the first time penalty of this race going to the man who sits last at the moment in Death Mage. While we look to this fight again, and Stewart trying to eye up a move maybe on Mendel, showed his nose.
Filling Mendel's mirrors with white, gives him a little nudge as well for a little get out my way gesture. I was about to say a goodwill gesture, the only goodwill in that is it'll be good if you get out of my way please, sort of will.
Yeah. And Stewart then on the brakes.
Oh, mistake from Mendel. Oh my word, that is a very awkward racing line to take. Gets a snap. Stewart was about to tuck his nose in, and then Mendel chopped across to take the apex of turn 2. He's wide all over the place here. I'm wondering if his tyres are starting to drop off and possibly overheat.
Doesn't look to be any damage on the car of Mendel. But as we can see, this is really tightened up here.
Piastri, here comes Piastri.
Using his ERS early, but Stewart will have more. So this is playing into the hands of Stewart, I'd say. But are we going to see a dive from Piastri here? No, he just let Stewart know he's there. And Stewart into the back of Mendel again by the looks of it. He's up the inside of Mendel and he gets the position.
Now Piastri's all over the back of Mendel as well. It's going to go from bad to worse here for Mendel, but he does have a lot of ERS, well, similar ERS to Stewart. They'll deploy down the straight to try and get back ahead in a hopes to claw back to this P2. Piastri dropped off a little bit, made a mistake on the corner, exiting onto the straight. Here comes Mendel down the back straight. Is he going to sling it down the inside? He is. Down the inside he goes. He's cut the corner across.
That was reckless.
Contact with Stewart. It was a corner cut in the process. Piastri's there as well. They make contact. My word. Mendel backs out. It was probably an illegal overtake. He's lost 2 in that, and Piastri was so lucky. I don't think Stewart even knew that he was there.
Stewart a bit flustered maybe after that move from Mendel, which gave Mendel a 3-second time penalty for track limits. It was a very late move. Stewart did jink across quite late on the straights. However, I do believe it was just very ambitious from Mendel. Broke quite early and just tried to coast it in, but he couldn't do much about it. Here comes Piastri, then he's up the inside of Stewart.
God, yeah, we all know a half-committed pass isn't one that's going to end well. This one will be fully committed from Piastri as he looks to do the last of first. He's running P3 right now. Yellow flag's out further back. That's great. Ace has binned it. Let's see, they go side by side. Piastri of the inside, but look at that, sweeping clean around the outside. Stewart holds it. They're side by side now through the twisty final section of the track, and Piastri takes it. He's into P2 then. The McLaren man on a charge. 7.8 the gap to the lead. Yeah, indeed, down the straight he's got pretty much red light flashing before we even start. There he goes, below 10%. He'll start losing deployment right about now.
However, it was
and Stewart will see that.
It was a very poor exit from Stewart.
It was.
But the straight line speed, look how much he gains.
Yeah, he closes in on the braking zone. That makes me think, all these quicker drivers in Division 3, are they just going for the higher downforce meta? Is that the reason why they're quicker? Because we're seeing time after time Piastri and some other drivers lacking in the straight line department. Bit of understeer for Piastri. Saying now, we've reached the corners. This is where Piastri truly shows why he's champion, and he is going and gone. Yeah.
Stewart is trying his hardest just to stick with the McLaren here, but he can't do so, and he will not have
in 4 corners. That is ridiculous from Piastri.
He will not have the DRS going down this back straight. Meanwhile then, someone who will have DRS further back after his small mistake, Great Ace, is now on the back of Mr. Zoom. He's going to have the DRS down this back straight. Also another driver who is going to need to save fuel by the end of this race, and here he comes then, closing speed galore.
So close to the wall on the inside, gets up past. Easy stuff. You'd like to say as well, Zoom's tyres will really be going out of it right about now. The softs will be screaming at him to pit, and the hards will just be driving Miss Daisy.
Absolutely, and I believe we could be seeing some of these soft runners in. The first one is going to be Skippy, as he barrels his way now down this back straight, heading towards the final braking point of the lap, unless of course you are coming into the pits. He's got the blue pit light on the telemetry, weaves his way nicely through, a bit of oversteer. Does he take to the pits? Yes, he does. Yes. He's going in.
Same has to be done for Zoom here, otherwise he's going to find himself fading, and fast a bit of understeer into that final corner as well. He's into the pits as well. There'll be a new set of hards for the both of them.
Should be indeed. And those mediums for Skippy.
Mediums going for the 2-stop for both of them.
So or will Zoom? Is it for Zoom? It's the mediums as well.
The mediums as well. Wow. Pleasant surprise. Gap still 7.9 at the front. So Sims keeping Piastri at bay right now. It's Red Bull and McLaren has been recently in real life as well.
So then, when do we see some of these other guys in? And interestingly enough, I've just gone on to Piastri's point of view, and he has the box or the pit option of light up blue, which probably means we could be seeing him in this lap. This is looking like a 2-stop for Piastri.
I ain't got that, man.
What? It's on the telemetry.
It's out for me on here. It's on Stewart.
I see it's out for me on Stewart. I was wrong anyway. Piastri stays out. Stewart does not. Stewart comes in. But in comes
another
the
odd little
second
glitch for VA.
AlphaTauri.
Mendel as well.
So, this is interesting. Stewart looking for the undercut here. Is it a set? It's a fresh set of softs for Stewart, so he's also going for the two stop. He's replaced his front wing as well.
Ah, maybe that's why he was starting to fade off with Mendel as well. So he's getting damaged in the fight with Piastri.
Stewart has been
maybe
jumped
turn 1
by Mendel, and will he get jumped by Skippy? Comes out just in front, but on cold tyres versus the warm tyres that Skippy's got, it could get a lot closer than we might think.
Yeah, I think it's the C2, I believe, for sorry, C4, I want to say, around here, and that gets up to temperature after mere corner, so Stewart will start to pull away very, very quickly.
You say that, but Skippy is going to have the DRS down this back straight. Here he comes then, the Aston Martin
on his
versus
side, that's
the
for sure.
AlphaTauri. Not using any ERS, but from the looks of it, he's going to sit behind, and I believe you may be right, Stewart should now string away. So Mendel, interestingly, is going for the one stop.
I think one stop's the way to go around here, honestly. If you've got a setup that's decent on tyres, it's a no-brainer. Fuel light still on for Mendel and for Great Ace as well.
My light is still on for Piastri.
Interesting. Maybe trying to bait anyone using the screen for race engineering.
Could be. So we've also seen Death Mage back into the pits.
I believe Piastri dropped time to A5, and he has. He's dropping back big time here. He's lost 1.3 in the last 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, so things looking as though...
Yeah, I think I called him 851 by Abbott.
Sims is looking in a very good position here to win this race. Piastri might have to settle for P2, and it's all up in the air at the moment. Who could be coming in that P2 spot? Although, as I say that, here comes Stewart using the ERS and DRS down the back straight, and he goes through then on the Alfa Romeo of Mendel.
Yeah, lovely clean move, soft tyres versus hard. About the biggest pace difference you can get with fresh tyres to fresh tyres. And easily sweeps past the Alfa Romeo. 2 different races being run there. That will diverge as we reach the later stages of the race. That's going to be interesting to watch.
It will be. Oh, Stewart has a bit of oversteer, corrects it, and hits the wall.
I believe that damage was from turn 1. He did, Stewart receiving the tap, did go into the back of, I believe it was at the time Mendel, I want to say. Gave him a little nudge on the... Oh, spin! Great Ace, gone.
Really
looks like no damage. And hard tyres really gone. Stewart sets the fastest lap of the race. Piastri into the pits.
Comes out.
That ahead of Stewart.
Yeah, and he's on the one-stop strategy here for Piastri. So, interestingly then, we've got Stewart looking like he could be one of 3 on the 2-stop strategy. Further behind Stewart, though, we've got the battle for P4 Skippy and Mendel. However, once again, 2 different races being run here. Skippy was one of the first for a scheduled pit stop. Mendel was a few laps after him.
Indeed, yeah. A lot of different strategies. It was starting to mellow out, but I think the game of strategy starting to bring some excitement back into this Miami GP, and the top 4 are condensing down very much, starting to become one singular train here. If Mendel steps on it a bit, we'll have a 4-car fight for P2 on our hands down the inside. What a ballsy overtake there.
I don't think it was
The man's got
meant to be.
marbles.
I think his idea
He's
was
have to be too.
I do think he accidentally broke too late and had no choice.
Just a grip advantage, but Piastri has a look back down the inside, thinks better of it. And then Dell will now sniff a chance at a podium.
Too convinced, if I'm being totally honest. I don't know a lot about these guys, but just from what I see, Piastri just has such a pace advantage over Mendel.
Yeah, to be fair as well, Mendel will know Stewart has to pit again, but he'll also be looking in his mirrors at Skippy, who is absolutely sending it in the Aston Martin. He needs to make up positions while his tyres have life in them. And the tyres typically peak for a couple laps in this game and then steadily start to tailor off. It's a much more realistic way tyres perform as Piastri back down the inside, yeah.
So I'm going to point out he cuts off Stewart there. Really aggressive driving from Piastri. That is a beautiful move, though. He just swept clean around the outside, using his car to the limits of the rules. Another little twitch from Stewart on exit. And Sims is into the pit. So Sims coming in and assuming it's going to be a one-stop for him, medium with the cars.
Indeed, well, if Sims can snatch the fastest lap, yeah, he'll come out P1. If he can get the fastest lap, this will be the first Grand Slam that we've seen on HRA. I believe I've seen on HRA for at least a good season or so. Piastri sets the fastest lap now, 1:31.6. Stewart closely chasing, Skippy closely chasing, Mendel as well. No other fights on track. These ones are good enough, that's for sure.
And here comes Stewart. What a pace advantage he's got. He thought about sticking his nose in there. Piastri cut him off, and I think Stewart thought better of it anyway.
Stewart knows Piastri's low on ERS. Piastri going for the exit cutback. Look at the exit speed. He is gone.
Stewart not looking too pretty on ERS himself though. As we can see, Piastri on nothing. Here comes the Alpha Carry then, Piastri goes defensive. Stewart's going to try it, look for the switch back maybe, get the exit, nah, nothing happened for him, just down the switch with him, bit of a slide, exit there, it goes a bit deep on the brake. Deep. Set himself up for a good exit here, so much speed on exit.
Got to be a high downforce setup. Got to be. Over back as well, Skippy, 0% ERS, and that means Mendel is rapidly closing. Unable to do anything now, but he will see that red light flashing, and he will have seen it flashing for the entirety of the straight.
Definitely picked up his second penalty of the race for track limits.
5 for greatest and more speeding in pits and 3 for Mendel.
Surprisingly, not as many track limits penalties as I thought there would have been. As I say that, Stewart goes very wide.
Yeah, just trying to get the rocket ship exit, mate. Don't know what you're talking about. Nah, I don't think Stewart's even got DRS here. He hasn't. And Piastri says, ta-da, and he is gone. He looks to chase after Sims. Gap 6.7. Skippy's dropped out of, Mendel, sorry, dropped out of DRS on Skippy as well. Sims' first representative up to temperature lap time is like on these tyres. He's on top of PB.
Mendel, I think, was just snuck back into the DRS then off Skippy. Once again, he's just so... I don't know how much fuel he's got, in all fairness. He's going to have to do a fair bit of fuel saving. towards the end of this race.
Trying to figure out his fuel gauge, fuel from steering wheel, but I'm not having much luck. Nah, it doesn't give you the fuel on the steering wheel. Not able to get DRS here, but Mendel very strong. He's abusing the curves, it has to be said, in this final sector 2 section. Skippy getting very close to the wall as well. Yeah, look at that, closing in 4/10 in this section. And really bringing it to the back of Skippy. He's down all over him. Now will be the time to use the overtake. No need. Look at the overspeed. Mendel to the inside. Takes to P4. He has a 3 second to go of it, but to be fair, Skippy's trying to hold it clean round the outside. Doesn't do it, but he'll get DRS and look to get the run back on Mendel now. What an incredible fight for P4. Ooh.
Feisty.
So close.
Feisty from the both of them, but Skippy is back down the inside, then out side by side,
through.
and Skippy gets the move done. That was very feisty from Mendel, but he cut across Skippy. And Skippy luckily was able to react in time. But my. How things be shaping up so quickly.
My good God, when I reported 3 laps ago, the gap just above 7. The gap at the front is now 9.5 seconds. He's pulled up 3.5 seconds in just mere laps. That is how strong Sims is driving right now. He's going to that place. He has his head firmly down and he's just driving forwards right now. Piastri, and I'm the champion, unable to respond to this raw pace that Sims is showing. As Mendel has got ahead of Skippy as well while all this was going on. Both using overtake, trying to get ahead of their rival. Skippy with the DRS, but he's out of ERS. So that sort of neutralises it all. Mendel has saved the battery and it's really helped him out because he just bullied the ERS on the first straight. Won't even need to bully it on this one. Mendel is now firmly up into 4th and he will look to chase down Stewart, but he will know Stewart's needing to pit soon. Yeah, they've got to pull out 3 seconds.
So it's gonna be difficult for a lot of these guys to really topple Sims. You know, we've got 10 laps, well, technically 11 laps to go, and he's got a 10-second lead to Piastri. So I think the main fight we've got here is probably for this final spot on the podium, technically. Because if Stewart is to make them, assuming he's going to pit again for another set of softs, he's going to have to box probably on this lap to get the most out of them. However, if he was to leave it any later, he would be without a chance of getting that, getting a potential podium, and he's picked up a penalty there. Riding on board with him I was, and he just went a bit too aggressive on one of the curbs. So I believe we could be seeing him in at the end of this lap. He should still come out in 5 soon.
We saw the 2 soft shod cars earlier go 8 laps, so I think this is Stewart's time. Also to mention, Sims hasn't just been smashing it, he's been 1.3 seconds a lap quicker smashing it.
Stewart stayed out.
This is, yeah, Stewart staying out. Will he's gone medium soft. I think he's going to bolt on another set of softs here, LS, and he's going to go to the end.
Yeah.
Skippy into the pits as well.
So Skippy was the first to make his pit stop. You see Mr. Zoom coming now as well. Great Ace is just coming over the line. Is he going to come out in front of his teammate? It looks like he will be. going to be close between the two Astons. Just about stays in front, but on the fresh rubber. Also need old tyres, but once again, just there. But also one thing, I know I'm going to keep lagging on about it, but with Mendel, we are going to have to be wary about how much fuel he's carrying.
Indeed, same for Great Ace. Of course, Great Ace not in the race as much. He'll take them tyres to the end, I reckon. Just about. Well, actually, 17 laps will be quite a tall task, but he's low on fuel as well. But he is all over the back of his teammate. He's fresh out the pits on fresh mediums. They will once again be coming up to temp here. You can see, just as they hit that threshold, Skippy is dancing into the distance. These two had a bit of a collision in qualifying with Skippy looking for the slipstream on that back straight, twisty back straight. Looking for slipstream on his teammate who went to the left, the inside of the track. Skippy getting the maximum slipstream, ducked out last minute, and Great Ace thought that Skippy was going to hit him and ducked out as well, so a bit of a miscommunication between the two Aston Martins. But that is the big thing with Division 3. It's not massively competitive, it's not uncompetitive either. It is just a perfect learning ground for these guys to bring their A game and eventually... Ooh, saying that, Great Ace has gone round. Riding on the off-board camera, just dropped it at turn 3. Trailing the throttle a little too early. And the Aston Martin round. And I think he might have front wing damage. Non-visual, but it must be minor. He did clip that wall quite hard. Piastri pit for fresh softs as well. I think we'll see Sims box as well, just to respond to that. Yes, indeed he does. Hold it. Will he come out ahead of Mendel and hold that led every lap record that he's got right now? It's going to be tight between these two on pit exit.
Will be tight. It's going to be very tight.
Also got the Alfa Romeo Death Mage in the way. I think we'll see Mendel hit the front here.
Not
A5 did. Oh, not quite. So A5 does keep his statistic of leading every lap here.
Death Mage probably playing the team game a little bit there.
Yeah, just ducking out the way before the detection point. Death Mage is now lapped.
Oh, Mendel just about has the DRS, but it's still nothing in his
Although it might, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it might not mean anything, but it means that he gets to stick with the leader for another straight, and that keeps him safe from Piastri.
It probably helps
for another straight.
After having anyone this close to him for pretty much the entire race, made a little bit of a mistake in the braking movement off the back of that second DRS straight. It on the brake.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
But here comes Mendel then, a fair bit of time on edge here. Got the DRS now on the brakes. It goes. Right,
yeah, I think he knows it's not his race.
It has indeed gone.
It has played into his hand quite nicely. Straight DRS for the two biggest straights on the track, and that would have given him a 4 tenths advantage, which when you've got Piastri saying at 130.2, you know, breathing down your neck, it's a second a lap quicker than anyone else's best, just for clarity. Piastri getting 2 seconds that lap. He's got to keep that progress up. Those softs will start to degrade. And that Mendel cards really have seen far, far better days. 12 laps old. Still got maths, 5.5 laps to go. all to play for that P2. With Mendel's penalty, it's going to be hard as well, but a mistake from Piastri would let Mendel take P2 here, which I think pretty sure he would have taken after quali, where he qualified P2, but he would have known coming into it that Piastri just has some raw pace. On the fly here. Sorry, A51. Sim. Try. Goes fastest at 131.1. Another 2 seconds. Taken out of Mendel by Piastri that lap. He's really helping his teammate Deathmage here. Helping him along, but Deathmage a minute off the next best car, so I don't think he's going to worry about anyone else. Piastri closing now, 2.2. Ever closing, and this is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when now. Piastri will be on the back of Mendel.
Absolutely, as Mendel does just need different in depth. So yeah, I say position, I mean position on track rather than on the leaderboard. It's not looking good for Mendel at the moment. He's probably going to get 4. Probably end up with 4th at best, I say.
Yeah, do it on the fresh mediums. Closing in.
If Piastri then using the DRS to the inside on the fresh soft but still hard, McLaren goes through the champion-elect on the brakes so much later. In fairness, almost gets rear-ended by Mendel there.
Mendel trying to mirror the braking zone of someone on fresh soft. It's never going to work on 10 lap older hards, but there we go anyway. Get the DRS.
Yeah, but the DRS down in fourth turn 1, and here comes the Mayo. Braking points pretty alright this time. Off to Lashley and Mendel was the third there. So then
to Deathmage.
Quickly can Stewart catch up to the Alfa Romeo on the 14 lap hold cards. Got a yellow flag in sector 1, is that death?
That'll be Deathmage, yeah. Got damage at turn 3, ran a little bit wide, clipped the wall, and his left end plate said bye-bye and has departed. Not the race for Deathmage, but he's hanging on to it. World Championship points, sorry, right end plate. World Championship points are points at the end of the day. But a moment to mention the race that Sims has put together. He's still got a few laps to hold it together, but it's just been otherworldly, pulling out a gap on the championship leader. This man, a Miami specialist, it seems, dominating the race. He's led every lap. He's got pole and he's got fastest lap right now, and he is on for a Grand Slam here. What other car than a Red Bull, of course. Typical. At least it won't be the Dutch national anthem on the podium. As we get to the end of this race, we will see Piastri in Division 2 fighting it out next season. In Division 2, it was won by Spoonie at round 9 Hungary, I believe it was. Absolute mad statistic. Won at round 9. And in Division 1, Maslin took it home for back-to-back championships. First in HRA history. And back-to-back, it says a yellow flag there for a spinner. Great ace has gone round. But yeah, back-to-back for Maslin, our first HRA champion to do it on 2 games as well, and he does it in succession. It has been one hell of a season from everyone. There's been incredible races all throughout. My personal favourite, it's between Hungary Division 2, round 7, where, unbeknownst to us, Spoonie took the championship, but that was Raven's victory, where he strung it all together, no mistakes, no spins that have all plagued him this game, it has to be said. He'll be the first to admit that. But he hooked it all up together that day and won it. But for me, my personal favourite is the race last time out, just 2 days ago in Division 1. If you ain't seen it already, I'd say give it a watch. It was the most incredible title fight that I have ever witnessed and had the honour of commentating on. In Division 3, it's been close as well. Up till today, again, if Tomboy and Pickle were able to turn up today, we would have 3 cars and 5 points between them all. But Piastri on the day was able to turn up, and he's been nothing short of brilliant looking at statistics all season. I've been in and out of the chat and in and out watching the racing in Division 3, but every time I'm there, Piastri is, I'd say he's been in the top 3 every time I've looked, to be honest. Marvellous driver. I cannot wait to see what talents he shows in Division 2. Also, we had someone before called Lando, who was an absolute rapid racer, came up through the ranks through Division 3, then Division 2, was looking set for Division 1, and then he just sort of disappeared off the face of the earth in this league. And Piastri appeared not long after and is starting in Division 3. It's won the title and will move up to the middle division, which I've expressed it many times, but I'll say it again, it is, in my opinion, the most competitive division, other than Spoonie running away with it, of course, this season. In Division 1, I think, has been the most entertaining throughout, watching the title fight there, but this race just under a lap and a half to go. It's been sort of, despite being a decently entertaining race, it's been quite moderate by HRA standards, and that shows you the standard of racing we have in this league. Not one wheel-to-wheel clash other than Mendel going deep on the brake, but even then he did good to keep it out of the side pod of the car who was on the outside. I believe it's Stewart. And yeah, it has been only a one-horse race all the way through. We thought Piastri would be able to catch Sims towards the end of it, but the Red Bull has been absolutely dominant. It's fair to say he was surprised by it, a pole margin of 1.5 seconds. He's controlled the race throughout, a decent recovery through for Piastri, and it's not settled yet between Stewart and Mendel. That will go down to the wire for the podium on the final lap. We will make sure to keep close tabs on that throughout the lap. Been a decent race for the likes of Skippy and Mr. Zoom, and it's been torrid for Great Ace. 2 spins, Death Mage in and out of the wall, in and out of the walls, but it will be points for everyone here at the end of the day. Kexu didn't even get the race started, but wow. A51 doing what Rosberg did in 2015 towards the latter end of the season and showing, hey, I'm still in this. I got the marbles. Next season might just well be my season. And he does have the fuel warning on, but that does just mean he's below a lap of fuel.
Around the final.
As he rounds the final corner. It's just been a simply lovely drive for the Red Bull.
Simply lovely.
It's been led every lap. It's been fastest lap. It is a grand slam on finale for Sims. Thank you very much, he says. I'll see you next season. Piastri, the champion. P2. What an incredible season he's strung together. He is your champion, 100%. No taking that away from him. He wins the championship in the end by quick maths 22 points. What a season it's been throughout all of our divisions. Realistic still going on. Join that tomorrow. I don't believe there's commentary up, so if I'm available, I'll ping up a stream for it. If not, then of course the relevant streamers will be streaming it. But thanks for joining me, Ellis.
That's alright. Sorry, I'm a bit dormant there.
Kept
Mr. Zoom ending off in style.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Had a little spin out the final corner and across the line going Mr. Zoom. And now we're just waiting on Death Mage, who finally crosses the line. It's not been the ideal race for the Alfa Romeo driver, but he comes home in P8.
Indeed, Death Mage slapped by everyone who had a decent race today. Not what he would have wanted, but at the end of the day, points are points. What an incredible drive from Sims, and what an incredible season it's been from Piastri. Both of which thoroughly deserving of their podiums, as was Mendel with the last lap fight between himself and the AlphaTauri of Stewart. Yeah, but Mendel snuck the podium. It's a P3 for Alfa Romeo. That is the double for McLaren, drivers and constructors in Division 3. Good stuff. Death Mage not very happy with the race from his end, and I'm sure probably from others.
So what's that?
Death Mage just saying F the race completely.
I
believe that was directed at himself. He had decent pace, just unable to work with it. A few mistakes here and there, but still 4 points at the end of the day.
That it was. So Sims, Piastri, Mendel, Stewart, Skippy, Zoom, X, and Death Mage all round out this final grid, or this final finishing positions. I would count Ketsu, but he unfortunately did not compete in any of the race.
Didn't even get a racing lap, let alone a sector.
Yeah.
Out at turn 3 was the Haas.
So then, I'll let you finish it off, Dan.
Yeah. Well, it has truly been an incredible season. Not just saying that because it's the here and now and I've got people watching. Genuinely, HRA yet again providing thrilling seasons all across the board. Division 1, 2 and 3 and the realistic going strong. Join us for that tomorrow, but thank you for joining HRA this season. And we look forward to seeing you out on track next season. I've been Apollo.
I've been Ellis.
Chatting waffle. Yeah, he's been Ellis. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next time out.
Au revoir.